Running large trucks, you understand the difficulties that can be involved with fuel consumption, performance, and maintenance. The impact of all of these categories is felt across the company and the trucking industry in general. In an effort to do all that we can to leverage technology and advances in chemistry and science to improve the industry, we are going to begin using a comprehensive fuel treatment in our trucks. It's called Xtreme Fuel Treatment, or XFT for short. This product has been used around the world by large industrial companies for about 2 decades. It has been proven to save these companies millions of dollars, preventing hours and hours of downtime, increasing their overall company revenue. As you begin using this product, it is important to understand what this product does and how it works so that you can understand the importance of making sure it is added with every fill-up. XFT has 4 main points. The first main benefit is that it dramatically increases the life of the engine and the length of time it can go between services and repairs. XFT is used by the largest mining company in the world, PT Palma. It has been used by them for many years. After they started using the product in their huge trucks, as well as their hauling and digging equipment, they were able to extend the operating hours between engine repairs from 15,000 hours to 25,000 hours, continually saving the company millions of dollars. The second main benefit is that it increases fuel economy. In 2002, during the pre-Olympic events in Salt Lake City, one location was using 3,000 kilowatt generators. These stationary generators were using 875 gallons of diesel fuel per day. After using Xtreme Fuel Treatment for 1 week, their fuel consumption went down to 650 gallons of fuel per day. That was a savings of 225 gallons of fuel each day. The same kind of economic results have been found with over-the-road hauling trucks and any petroleum-based engine. Main benefit number 3 is that it increases horsepower and improves performance. Many trucks running XFT are finding it easier to carry their loads up steep grades. One trucking company using the product not only went from an average of 5.6 to 7.2 miles per gallon in their trucks, but they were able to top some prominent hills on Interstate 80 with 2 more gears than before. The fourth main benefit is that it substantially reduces emissions. Many times you can see a visual reduction in emissions, or maybe even notice that the smoke is becoming whiter. Just look at the visible difference in the pollution from this smokestack after using the product. This independent test shows a 42% reduction in carbon monoxide levels, a 44% reduction in unburned hydrocarbons, a 7% reduction in carbon dioxide levels, and the oxygen levels were increased by 5%. Here's how it works. XFT has several components that all work together to bring you these amazing benefits. A very prominent component in XFT is a unique organometallic burn rate modifier. This works to lower the ignition point of the fuel in the combustion chamber by several hundred degrees. This causes the fuel to start burning sooner and provides a more complete, longer, and better burn in your engine. If your fuel waits for that high temperature to fire and it burns too hot or too fast, it ends up leaving a good portion of the fuel unburned and wasted as emissions. That unused fuel could have provided more power and better mileage. XFT lowers the ignition point, utilizing much more of the injected fuel, improving fuel economy and dramatically reducing the emissions that come out. XFT also contains a lubricating agent, which provides lubrication for pistons, fuel pumps, and injectors, reducing friction, which can be your engine's worst enemy. There's also a fuel stabilizer. Once fuel is made, just like any oil-based product, it has a tendency to begin separating. As it separates, it loses some of its efficiencies. XFT stabilizes the fuel, keeping this breakdown from happening for much longer periods of time, giving your stored fuel a significantly longer shelf life, even many years longer. This is especially important for storage containers, on-site fuel tanks, generators, boats, and other seasonal equipment that may hold fuel for an extended period of time. Now, anytime you put liquids and metals together, add oxidation, heat, and condensation, you are bound to get rust and corrosion. This is exactly what happens in your fuel tanks. However, XFT contains rust and corrosion inhibitors to minimize corrosion in fuel tanks and delivery systems. Just look at the difference between these engine valves with treated fuel and without. As you may know, modern high-tech engines function very precisely, and there is little to no room for even a tiny particle of dust or dirt without impacting performance. XFT contains detergents that keep your engine clean and remove harmful deposits from fuel pumps and injectors, keeping your engine at peak performance. Look at the differences with this fuel injector before and after using Xtreme Fuel Treatment. Even though your fuel tank is sealed, between condensation and the oxidation process, you can't avoid getting water in your fuel. Just look at this actual example of diesel fuel taken from a storage tank. There is serious separation and water accumulation. Water can be very harmful and costly to an engine, and it can also be a major contributor to fuel injector failure. XFT contains a demulsifier, which helps remove water from fuel. Another problem that plagues engines is sludge buildup, which inhibits performance and clogs filters. XFT contains a polymerization retardant and dispersants to help prevent and reverse sludge buildup in your fuel. This is especially important in diesel fuels. XFT packs an incredible amount of benefits into one small concentrated dose. With Xtreme Fuel Treatment, only 1 ounce will treat up to 80 gallons of fuel. It is also very easy to use. You simply remove the cap from the reservoir side of the bottle and squeeze the desired amount of product into the reservoir, like this. Then you pour the product from the reservoir into the fuel tank. Holding the bottle sideways will help prevent the product from going back down the feeder tube and will ensure you always get an accurate amount of product in the tank. Each of you will receive a card with dosage instructions so that you will always know exactly how much product to add to the tank while refueling.